Start streaming. Way. Click here to reload the player. Let me see. I'm checking on my tablet so that I can have the stream here. Oh. There was a network error. Please try again. Yeah, so maybe this doesn't work. There was a problem. I have to do something maybe. Yeah, I have to enhance the tracking protection. I think I have to disable this. So I have an iPad here and I'm using the browser Firefox for Twitch. And since about 2-3 weeks, you have to disable enhanced tracking protection that the video is playing. So that's another thing that we had to like somehow figure out. Let me fix the curtain. Yeah. So there we are. We are back. I feel like my head looks a little no, I think camera is fine. Okay, so it's playing here in the tablet as well. Let me check the audio. Hello, 1, 2. That sounds fine. I think I should reduce the volume in the tablet and not mute it, otherwise the iPad will oh, that was the mouse cursor. I was getting confused here for a second. It was like that. Yeah, I was like, what is this thing here under the camera? Okay, it's the mouse cursor. Okay, everything is all right. Okay, right, okay. So yeah, I haven't been streaming for a while. It's been 3 weeks or so, I believe. Well, maybe more than that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I streamed, I don't remember, maybe 4 weeks. Yeah, I think in the week here I wasn't feeling very well, maybe. And then I was traveling and I was planning to come back after a couple days, but then I got sick. I got COVID. Yeah. Yeah, this is the second time. So yeah, I got COVID and then I had to stay. I couldn't travel for a while and then yeah, so that's why I couldn't stream. And last week I was back, but yeah, I didn't stream. And now I will probably this will be a short stream. We will just be working as usual on this thing here. On some code, actual code. This is code here. And yeah, it took me a while to get OBS running again on GNOME. Yeah, so I am back on GNOME. So maybe the last time I was on Sway when I streamed, but I didn't use it for very long. I set it up, everything. I set up the little title bar and stuff, and then when everything was set up, I kind of switched back to GNOME. And yeah, so the reason, so yeah, the reason being that, well, I wanted to try it. I tried it, I got it working, but then somehow everything felt a little too like brittle. It isn't really brittle, but it felt like there is all these little parts that you have to assemble. And yeah, I don't really like this. This was also the essentially the reason to when I switched from i3. And yeah, so I tried it, and the setup is really, yeah, there is, if you want to stream from Sway, it's a really painful setup. Like, if, I mean, you are on Wayland if you're using Sway, and so I took me like a very long time to now figure out there was this problem that I had. So let me see, can I go screenshots and here, yeah, I should maybe, yeah, so this is the change that we made last time with to get the screen sharing working on Sway. And it turns out that this broke the screen sharing on GNOME. And I wasn't aware of that. And so, and now I couldn't remember what we changed, of course. And so it took me like 40 minutes to find this and to change it back. I just deleted it and restarted. And then, yeah, then everything works again. So, yeah. Yeah, so there are these little parts in Sway that you have to set up. The window management is of course very good, and I tried to actually I set, I mean, it took me like days to set up Sway in, and now I started I made some shortcuts in GNOME which are similar to what Sway is doing. Sorry, there were maybe some ads. They should be, it says, I got a message here, they should be disabled. So yeah, so I made some keybinds in GNOME for which are similar to Sway. I mean, it's not the same, of course, but yeah. But this took like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, where it takes days to set up Sway. So yeah, there's that, right? And yeah, so, and then there was this other thing where my laptop wasn't plugged in and it ran, just the battery ran to 0, and I don't like that. And I know I can fix it by doing stuff. And this is also what I did when I was using i3, but I don't actually like that. And in GNOME, I think it prevents the battery from running dry. There is like all these little things that GNOME does, right? This power management, for example. So if we go here and if we look at, well, it's not in the settings, right? Because they don't make it a setting, I believe. Disabling automatic suspend. Wait a minute, where am I? To keep. Did I disable automatic suspend? I don't see it here. Yeah, some things in GNOME are a little bit confusing. For example, I mean, here it says battery level. What is this showing here? It's the battery level, I think, but it's not so clear, right? It's like a device and it shows a level. But okay, I mean, it's fine. But dim screen, automatic screen black. Did something change here? I'm getting a little bit confusion. Automatic screen brightness. Yeah, this is another one. I like that, right? On Sway, yeah, forget about it. Like how are you gonna get this? It's really hard. Dim screen, reduce screen brightness when the device is inactive. And I have like a MacBook here, which is a non-standard device, and it just works. It just works out of the box. And this is really, it's really impressive actually. Nonetheless, I'm not saying Sway is bad or anything. I think everybody should try it maybe if they want. But yeah, I enjoy these little. I appreciate or uh, yeah, no, I think it is in the settings. So it's really essentially this thing here, which I really yeah, it's hard to replace, and it becomes brittle. Hello. Can you reply to me in chat? I will really appreciate. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I think you are a bot. And I think I had somebody else doing this, and uh, this is I think you're an LLM bot, honestly. That's why you want me to talk in the chat. Uh, so somebody is in chat. By the way, is the screen? Yeah, so screen chat thingy is also working. Very nice. Okay, that's great. So is it under privacy and security? Screen lock. Yeah, this is just a screen lock. Power saving. Yeah, so I can't thanks for the follow, by the way, Elara Levis03. No, no, no. I'm not. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, as I said, we're back on GNOME. That was the update introduction. 13 minutes. Well, that's what a bot would say. That's what bot would say. Prove it. Yeah, you gotta give me more than that. It's we are living in the age of AI, LLM chatbots. So yeah, you gotta give me more than you gotta prove it that you're not a bot. I don't know how. I don't know how you can prove it. So I added some keybinds, which are like, for example, command, which is like all the meta key 1, 2, 3 goes to the desktops, and command L and H go to left and right, and such things. But anyway, okay. So let's try to do some work maybe. So I'm currently reworking this function behind this view here, which is like a prepare bank transfer via Swiss XML, which maybe not very interesting in itself. So I'm cleaning up these. I made a copy, and I'm moving this from an old place in the code base to a new place, which is a controller. And I believe I deleted this already, but okay. And so here I will remove this stuff here. This stuff I will remove this. Generic translations list. This is also not a good name, I believe, because this I don't know. This comes from, so here these SEPA strings. And then they made this interface here, I believe. And then they used these generic translation things, which are not directly related to this interface, I believe. Yeah, it feels, all of this feels very messy to me. So what I want to do is, yeah, I want to remove this. And I can add a note. Note. Took a while. And yeah, thanks for this suggestion. That's not really a great suggestion. Yeah, so I think what they're doing is they used the translations, but actually these are not translations. Okay, so I believe what was going on in the original file here was that they used some translations or some sort of translation, generic translation framework in order but they didn't really use it for translations. Instead, instead, They used it to get some prefix for the invoice reference. Exactly. Yeah, that's what's going on here. And that's also what makes it hard to understand. That makes it hard to understand what's going on, right? That's not good programming. And yeah, previously, before I started streaming, I wanted to check actually who did this, who is to blame. So my little editor here doesn't support blame. That's one of the features it does not have. So I use TIG, but I don't use it often enough that I can remember how to use it. So unstaged tree. Okay, here is the tree. And then we go to the file, which is SL controller. Yeah. And then I named it bank transfer switch. No, well, sorry. No, that's the file that I'm editing, but I want to go to the original, which is under bin Mozilla SEPA. And now it's showing me like a split view for some reason. It's also not exactly what I want. Sorry, I'm a little enter and open selected line. Back next move. Okay, so and then maybe I should blame. Yeah, I think yeah, so I adapted this file, but I will remove it. Yeah, I think yeah, most of the stuff here is, well, actually this is Moritz. Yeah, okay, these are, yeah, anyway. Yeah, we are not using this, and I think that it is messy and confusing. Therefore, I removed it here. Hey, this is a little bit maybe too strong worded. We are not using this. The code is somewhat. If needed, we can add it later. Okay, and so, but what we need to do is, or we don't necessarily need to, but we can add we use a simple prefix here. And that we can do by saying, so what is the actual text that gets, it gets like, okay, so we can say, okay, now we're programming. So $_. Let's see if it understands what I want. Yeah, it understands what I want to do. Sort of. Sort of. Not really, though. This is not really okay. I mean, this isn't great, right? So yeah, so here we want to say we will use, instead of this, we use T8, which is like another translation thing, I think, which is more newer maybe. And then here we want to do this for every invoice, right? Like ChatGPT, come on, like you forgot to make this a loop, right? So this is a funny Perl way of making a loop, which is sort of terrible, but also sort of cool. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. So we just set the reference prefix to invoice. We use invoice and a space. Wait. Yeah, okay, prefix is set here. That's just a prefix. Okay. With a space and yeah, I mean, we could we could say prefix. I mean, we could make this a variable, but there isn't really that much point in doing so because, well, because we only use it once, right? So let's see if we broke it so far. So here, this is here in the invoice here. So if I change this to TTTT something, is it gonna change it here? It takes a little longer now, and there it changed. Yeah, okay. So this is doing it what it's supposed to do. And then we can delete an entire batch of code here, right? Which looks really, yeah, kind of terrible. So we have 3 loops over the invoices here already, which also seems kind of inefficient, right? But and so here we used for each, and I believe in Perl, for and for each are essentially the same. So I'm a little not sure why would you use for each if it's the same? Is it just, yeah, there's no point. Determine invoice type, and so here do we actually use this invoice type somewhere? So I want to open the template, which, okay, I will just go here and copy this into the system clipboard or whatever it's called, and then I will open a file and paste it here. And we want to go here, and now I want to search for The other thing, search for type. So I copy type into the search register, and this is a different type. Type hidden. Hidden tag. Bank transfers type. Okay, so I am using type here. Okay. Okay, so I am using this here. Okay, then I will have to. Now comes the next step in the beautiful way of. So this web app works with forms, and like it's not a single page app or anything, and so it will send this with the next request, and then we have to see what is happening there. So apparently it is used in the template. We have to check what happens after that in the next request. In the... Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that. In a hidden variable. Or sorry. Input. Okay, and then I want to rename this function from SEPA to just add transfer action bar. So I will, maybe I can, gosh, I can search and then just this and go here. I don't have a rename functionality in the LSP, I think. Let's see, did I break it? No, I think I didn't. Okay. And here we just say, this just says step 2 here. So this thing here set up the... Yeah, now it doesn't find any matches anymore because I renamed it. So this sets up the this so-called action bar here at the top. And we render the template, set the title, and set the variables. Ah, yeah, so there is another thing. So I want to see, can I use... Oh. Can I use this here maybe instead of this? No, can't. Okay. Oh, and here again, also I want to use the T8 translation feature. Oh, and here is another one. Okay, and then I think at least I don't need this. And I wonder in my other controller that I made, this one. So how did I? Here I'm using form. So I wonder why. Yeah, I thought I can do this. Oh, sorry. Maybe I should use. Maybe I should like this. This should work. Yeah, it does. So there is another occurrence probably. Hmm. No, maybe it isn't. Oh, it's right here. Okay, but this also, all of this, we don't need any of it. Note. We only handle vendor. Invoices in this function. This. Currently, we do not support customer invoices. If we want to support these later, they should go into a separate function. I think it would be simpler to add them to a separate function instead of having a lot of conditionals and cases. So that's me. I think it's personally, I would rather repeat some code here, have a very clean code here, which this is like super clean now, right? Like, okay, this part is maybe the only part which this could actually go into a separate function. This could go into a separate function. And then it would be really, really clean. Super, super simple code. Like, I don't know. And I have more comments here than I have code. Well, okay, they will not like, some people don't like that probably. And this is just gonna work. Okay, so now there is one thing though. Oh, okay, I did something. Oh yeah, because I didn't actually check where this that should fix it. Yeah, okay, great, thank you. So now there is one thing though, which, yeah, that was a thing I noticed yesterday, I think. And the thing is that now these are all marked in red. But the customer, I put a thing here. And this should be enough. No bank information has been entered in this vendor's master that you cannot create bank transfers. The required information consists of the IBAN and the BIC. But why? Because here we are checking. So if the IBAN is this, so I need a little bit of debugging here, I think. And well, the easiest way to do debugging is always like just print it. So let's see what it does here. Let's pick, for example, yeah, let's check invoice type. Well, let's just check this and see what happens. I need to go back here. Wow. And refresh and see. Oh, okay, something. What did I do? Yeah, this cannot work outside of the loop. So let's put it here, I guess. Okay, and let's see the log. Okay, it says SEPA. SEPA. That's interesting. Why does it say SEPA? Because it should say domestic, because the blah blah blah, the invoice VC IBAN, I think, like, I mean, it starts with a CH here, and so that's what I'm checking here, I believe, but apparently it doesn't go here. So VC IBAN, let's check that. Maybe this can go above here. Yeah, okay, so it's undef. Hmm. That is interesting. Why? Why is it undefined? It shouldn't be. It should definitely be defined. And like, so, huh? Yeah, that's interesting. So what, am I doing something wrong here? For each my invoice type? Let's then, okay, then let's dump the whole invoice, I guess. It's gonna be a lot. Wished. It's not that much. Okay, so yeah, I mean these things are here, and then the VC name is here. And oh, VC IBAN isn't here. Right? Okay. Not here at all. So we gotta check this function here. Yeah, I mean, oh, we have multiple cursors. Careful. So SL, SEPA, boom, and then retrieve open invoices. And that's a beautiful query. Oh, yeah. VC IBAN as VC IBAN. This is the thing, and I believe that is it in the settings not correct or something? Sorry. Client configures. Activate Swiss bank transferred XML is not activated. Yeah, then it cannot work. Still it doesn't work. Did I not just... Activate Swiss. Okay, this activated. Push. Okay. And what does it say in the log now? Still not here? Wait a minute. ECCC. It's not here for some reason. Why not? So here, Swiss, also terrible name, gets SEPA Swiss, activate Swiss bank transfer XML. And Arab equals AP. Params, vendor customer equals customer. Then this will be set to AR. Customer. Yeah, no, sorry, it should be vendor. Did we do the wrong thing? Now we're saying vendor here. VC equals vendor. If it's customer, it will be AR. Otherwise, it will be AP. Yeah. So I don't know why I have this here. Swiss data, this here, this part here, because if it's vendor, it's gonna be AP anyways, right? Not sure about that. Mm-hmm. And so this thing here should add to the query. And then it would be selected. Oh, is it equal 1? That's maybe not correct. Let me get the debugging thing here. This one should be. I should go up. Where is it? Can't find it. Look at this. Zero. Oh, that's interesting. Why is it 0? Get SEPA Swiss XML export. Let's remove this. Oh, shoot. Oh, God. I have multiple. Why do I keep having multiple cursors? Doing something wrong. SEPA Swiss XML export. Boolean. Default. It's gotta be something stupid once it's always something stupid, right? Get SEPA Swiss XML export. I'm not sure. It's gotta be something stupid. Why is this not 0? Though I'm just right here. I'm setting it to 1. And it also here, it appears as yes now. So I'm sorry if I do something just extremely stupid. I just say foo. This shouldn't work, right? Like here, this should give me an error. Yeah. So this is a valid method. It's valid, but somehow it returns. Returns 0. Wow, that's very weird. I'm getting very. Am I like in a different client or something now? Okay, let me, well, I mean, it's stupid. Like, I can check the database. I have something here somewhere. This one? No. Oh, is it here already? No, it's not. Git web. Localhost. I think, okay, it's somewhere here. I have a database thing. Maybe 12. So Postgres. So this is all local, just development environment. So there I can just go here and cat docker and the database. Yeah, user is Kiwitendo. Password is mypass. Database is I think I can select it here. Yeah, firma 1, this one. Table is defaults. Oh boy. So this says false. That's interesting. So there is, okay. What's going on? I get confused. Something weird is. Oh, now it says no. Activate Swiss bank transfer. Yes. Save. So now if I go here, it says yes. If I click here again, go to features, it says no. So it looks like something is broken here. So data automatic, if I say yes, save. Features, it says yes. If I go now here, is it gonna save that one? No. Oh boy. I think someone broke or something. I think this is broken. Did I? Okay. So let's commit this. And let's go to the master branch. Let's pull. And let's try again. Completely refresh everything. Refresh again. Refresh again. So I refreshed like 10 times. I say yes. I say save. Oh. Wait, did you see that? There was a message. There was a message. There is a message here which I don't see. Okay, so here, yes, save. Did I change this? I don't think I changed it. Okay, so can go back to our branch. We should probably reload everything. Refresh. We should refresh. Yeah. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, so now this is working and we can select some of these. Hi, Yo-Yo. You. Oh, you have... Oh, that's a nice name, Yo-Yo. Welcome, by the way. So this language, this is Perl, which is probably not the language that you want to use if you don't know it already, or if you don't have to. So yeah, so it's Perl. You use Java, okay? Yeah, I don't use Java, so um, yeah, it's pretty terrible. And this whole program is a little terrible, honestly. I mean, I just again had like I was changing. Oh, sorry, there was an ad maybe. I was changing a setting here, and is Perl type safe compile or more like PHP or Python? Yeah, no, it's not. It's like PHP or Python. Yeah, definitely. It's a scripting language, which was never, I believe, maybe never intended to make a whole application out of it. But people did it in the past. And since this is based on a very old program from like 20, 25 years ago, no, even more than that, it's like 30 years. Some of this stuff is like we don't use HTML. Yeah, so see here, SQ Ledger accounting copyright 1998 to 2002. And this is still, it's still being used. In the front end browser, well, so since this is a very old program, it doesn't have any of these new things. It has jQuery, if you know that. And it has like some in the program, it has like its own way of sending some data back and forth. So it is form based, so to speak. So we send forms back and forth, right? So if I click here, it's gonna send this form to the server and so on. HTMX is actually the new jQuery. Yeah, so here this is mostly similar to HTMX, I would say. But HTMX is of course more comfortable to use, whereas here it is a little bit yeah, not so comfortable as HTMX, of course, but if we want to make some requests like Ajax requests, we can do that, and it's not too difficult. Like it has some built-in functionality, like there is a client client.js module which is running in Perl on the server, and this can do some stuff. Yeah, so for example, you can call a JavaScript function from the server like this, and you can do the other way. If you send something to the server, you can do it like this in JavaScript. Yeah, HTMX, you don't have to write this JavaScript, but since this already has this like built-in. Is your software in production use? Now, this is a software that is used in the. So there are a couple. This isn't my project. Also, it's an actual open source project. It is this version, or this fork essentially is mostly used in Germany, and there are a couple small software providers which are providing this, and we are also one of them. You're from Germany. Oh, okay. So then yeah, so it's on GitHub, Kivitendo. So it's this one here. So it's all weird, but we are using this. So I'm from Switzerland, and so we are using this. I'm like in a small non-profit organization, and when I started there, and yeah, they were already using this, so that's why I'm doing this. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. And so it's all weird because it has Kiwi Tendo, but Kiwi is actually written with a W. So I find this all weird, but yeah, anyway, I've been working on it for a while, and I know the project, or I know the code, so I can work on it, because it takes a while to get into a larger project. It takes a while to. You can write invoice with it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You can do invoicing and all these type of things. So, so it has sales, quotations, sales order, invoice. I mean, you probably, it depends on your workflow that you have. So companies are using this for their invoicing and the customers, and even for parts. So you can have parts, and there is a warehouse. You can track your stock here. And then there is the accounting. And what I'm working here is gonna be so here there are some invoices that came in. I mean, they came in, these were added from a vendor. So if I'm a company, I buy something and then I get an invoice. And now I need to pay this, and I may have a lot of them. And so in order, so what this will do is it makes an export in a XML format, which you can then send to your bank in the e-banking, or not in the e-banking, somehow you send it to your bank, and then the bank will execute all these payments. So you don't have to enter them manually into the e-banking. And so there is a standard for Germany. This already exists. This feature already exists in the German version, and I'm adapting it for Switzerland because they have a different standard in Switzerland, of course. So we can't use the existing XML export. And that's not very interesting in itself, right? Like, so, and I spent a lot of time doing this. And I'm cleaning up the code also a bit. Like, I'm trying to, as you see here, maybe I wrote a lot of notes here where I think like I removed a lot of code that I don't need, cleaning up stuff and making it super simple. Now this function here originally was like much more complicated. I mean, yeah, the way they did it is like, to me, this is very convoluted. All this code here, this is all like looks terrible to me. This is code that I added, which I now moved here into a separate function. And also, so like this, I am not touching the original function, the German function, which does the German export. And I'm not mixing it up because first I was like doing this and I started adding stuff here. If it's a Swiss export, I will do this. And if Swiss export here, I will do this and this. And then I have to change, I have to touch this code in so many places. And I didn't like this at all because if something fails, then they will blame me for so I thought, okay, look, I will just put it separate, make a new controller, which is much nicer, and now I am much happier with this function. And I have now, yeah, this is this function which produces this view here. And then there is this step 2 where you click, well, let's say I want to pay this one, step 2. And yeah, currently this step 2, now I finished this function, and step 2 is going to the old controller because I haven't changed it. So I want this click on the step 2 to go to this function here, I think. Yeah. So what I have to do here, since I'm in a new controller, I will rename this to action because the new things are called action. And then here in this function here, where here we will not use, I think, form action. I have to look what am I supposed to do here? I don't remember. Do I have somewhere? Yeah, so it's just working on these type of things. So I'm moving from the old code where I added a lot of things in the code, but I spent way too much time on this already. I started doing this 2 years ago. I mean, I haven't been working on this for 2 years, of course, but it didn't make it into the master branch yet, and so. And then I started refactoring it, and now I essentially, at this point, I've separated almost everything from the old code except the database query, which is here, which, I mean, and if you look at the database, sorry, I got confused with my keybinds here. So here is a database query, and I don't feel, again, once again, I don't feel like I want to change this or touch it. So this is really, oh, thanks for the follow, by the way. Yeah, so this this thing here, yeah, I don't feel like rewriting it right now or ever, but yeah. I would never make a database query like this. I would make a simple query and then do the filtering or whatever is done here in Perl. But, well, maybe, I don't know. this is fine, I guess. I don't know. This is very complicated, right? Like, I mean, but it's okay. I mean, yeah, you have to look at it, and it's not impossible to understand it. Of course, they have some comments here. Yeah, so yeah, so step 2, right? I want to figure out. I can't remember what this format is supposed to look like here. I know what I have to write in it, but I don't remember how it has to. Like, I can look in the other, maybe some newer controllers. How do they do it here? Oh, sorry. Oh God. Link. Submit. Why are there so many different variants too? List transaction. This is a controller I made. Don't I have an action bar here, maybe? It says submit. And the action is just the controller. Okay. Then here, okay, so here I can say, is it just the controller, which is, and then the function name, bank transfer create. Okay, so this is, we have checks if, okay, this should do it. So now this button, step 2, I need to refresh maybe twice, once or twice. Now this button should go to the new controller eventually. Okay, it says bank transfer Swiss bank transfer create. Not defined in locale. Why in locale? What does locale have to do with the that's a weird error. Wait, what? Bank transfer? Why does it say? Is there something? Oh, no, it is just T8. That's the translation. Step 2. Submit form. Action bank Swiss. Bank transfer Swiss. Yeah, right. This is what we want to back. Step 2. Oh, that's so weird. Not defined in locale and all. Did I? What if I go back and essentially I say this, and I put this into the URL. Well, now it may be missing some the selected. No, it's yeah. Now this works. Okay, so this running. Yeah. Oh, there is some JavaScript or something. Check is going. Checks. Kiwi check if entries. Something, maybe this is doing something stupid. Can I search for this? Verifies that at least one checkbox matching. That's just this checkbox thing. Okay. It doesn't do anything with translations. Let's check Skippy. It's gotta be something stupid again. Bank transfer, create. Bank transfer, Swiss. Not defined in locale and all. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, so I'm a little stuck here on this error right now. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Why does it try to translate this? Why does it try to translate this? I'm not telling it to translate it. Here at least, is it like supposed to put this here? This cannot be. That wouldn't make much sense. Oh, wait a minute. No. So I noticed that the slash is changing. Here there is, now the slash is here. Oh, again, this doesn't make much sense. Okay, I will take a quick break. Sorry. Yeah, I'm stuck a little on this error. I can also, I never actually can play some music. And well, shall I just let you look at this error? It's going to be a little bit boring. But yeah. I'll be right back. Just a second. should unmute the microphone and I should remove this BRB thing. Where do I have to go to be in the middle of the camera? To go to the right. The camera is on, it's like inverted or something. So yeah, why is the camera inverted, by the way? I can't. Is it because it's locked? Transform, flip horizontal. Yeah. That makes more sense to me. I think it doesn't matter for the viewer, I guess. Yeah, so the right hand on the right side, left hand on the left side. Okay. So yeah, there is a weird error that I'm having currently. So I have like this action bar thingy here, which is this thing here, this one here, this, well, you can put like buttons in here. And I have a button which is calling a function. And when I click it, I get an error though. That the function, the controller and function name is not defined in the locale, which is like for translations, but that doesn't make any sense because I'm not trying to translate anything. So much better. Hello, bastard penguin from hell. Oh my god. Hello and welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Welcome. Yeah. I think you're referring to the camera. Yeah, so yeah, welcome. And so yeah, so I'm not trying to translate anything, so it's really weird that it's trying to translate something. I'm a little confused right now. So if I go to the oh, this is the thing. Okay, let me go. So I want to go to this function. If I just like say, I copy this and I make this like an empty function. And then I give this like an underscore or something. And now I go back and I refresh. Sorry. I refresh and then I go here. Create is not defined. That is so weird. Fine, fine. Are you a main developer for Kivitendo or is this a hobby? It's not a hobby really. I'm a, well, I don't know if I'm a main developer. I'm one developer. So we we are using this in a small like non-profit organization, and that's how I got into this Kibitendo thing. And so I'm developing it as I'm a contributor here, but I'm not one of the main developers because this is a very old program and has been developed for a very long time, and some of these developers have like really like thousands of commits and stuff. So I know it from a guy from our local Linux user group. Oh, really? That's interesting. That's cool. So where is it from, if you want to say? Maybe from Germany, probably somewhere in Germany. And yeah, so yeah, it is being used. Germany, yeah. Yeah, so I'm from Switzerland, and what we are doing is so some things are a bit different in Switzerland. So we are working on adaptions for Switzerland, but I'm also working on the design. Like we reworked the design. Previously it looked different. It's also not the greatest design yet, but I'm also doing some design stuff. Actually, I have lots of open. Well, we have lots of open pull requests here. Some of them are also for the. I mean, it's not going to change everything because it's an older, bigger project, and you can't just change everything at once because people freak out. So you have to do small improvements, like incremental steps, like slowly changing things. I mean, already this new design was like a very, very, very big change, which is now still, I think it's the default now, but yeah, it took like years to get to that point. So yeah, it's slow moving thing. Which, I mean, for a business software, it kind of makes sense, right? You don't want to change it all the time. Maybe. Depends. I don't know. Yeah, people don't like changes in their ERP system. Yeah, since it's a business software, I think, yeah, they don't like it, really. They really don't like it. So you can't just throw away the design. And well, you can, but there's going to be some yeah, some pushback, and so I'm working on a well, that's not very particularly interesting thing right now. It's like for the banking, exporting invoices to the bank so that you can send them as an XML to the bank, and the bank is going to execute the payments. So these are invoices that you have to pay. And I'm doing it for Switzerland. It already exists in the German part, or for German things, and there is a different standard in Switzerland, unfortunately. Like it would be so much easier if we just would use the same. There are some things that we can't, right? Because we have Frankenwährung, right? Swiss francs. And the European payment system, which is called SEPA, Single European Payment something. I think it only works with euro. So even if, yeah, so we can't use it in Switzerland unless we would also take the euro as well. Didn't know that. Yeah, I realized it at some point when I was doing this change that, and I was thinking like, why do we have to have a separate standard? Like, why is it like this? Because I mean, it's a lot of work to do, right? And it didn't make sense. And at some point, I started thinking, wait a minute, yeah, I think SEPA only works for euro. And then I thought, yeah, okay, so yeah, we can't actually use it. I think so. I mean, I would have to look up again into this standards document. I mean, I have them here. This is the Swiss standard, though. Swiss payment standards, blah, blah, blah. I look for SEPA. Oh, I wanted to SEPA. Well, it doesn't say it here, but it says it somewhere. Separator. No, that's different. So here maybe, yeah. So here, currency only euro for SEPA. So I think it just only allows euro as payment. I always assumed it would work for Europe in general. Well, yeah, where you have euro, I think, which is like a large part, right? But I think it doesn't work for the others, yeah. I think, I don't know. Or at least in this Swiss standard, it doesn't allow me to use a different currency. I would have to look at the other standard. Well, in in the Kivitendo thing, yeah, I don't think that currency maybe even not even like it doesn't even contain anything about currency maybe because it's just euro. Like, is it? Yeah, I think. Yeah, it doesn't even like contain anything about just amount, no currency. Out of here, currency. But that's maybe something I added for I think I added this for the Swiss thing. I think that's not actually there. Looks like, yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think this is because these are things that I added, which I added them into the original code, but now I'm putting it into a separate file, even a separate function, because it all got messy and I didn't like it. Like it's all mixed up now with like, oh, Swiss part, no Swiss. If it's Swiss, then do this, then do that. So it became very messy and I couldn't really yeah, like we can use this internally for a customer if we have one customer that is using this, and there the code doesn't. I mean, it should also it works, but for the standard we have to. Yeah, I have to clean it up, like essentially. And it was all becoming messy, and so now I'm making it separate. And then yeah, so I got a weird error now, which somehow I have this So here we have these invoices, and then we go here, and I have this function that I want to call. But somehow instead of calling the function, it says not defined in locale enall, which is like a translation. But that doesn't make any sense because I'm not trying to translate anything. So I'm doing something wrong. But I'm failing to see what am I doing wrong. So this is where we call it action. No, wait, that's SEPA create transfer. No, that's transfer. Add transfer action bar here. Says I'm missing something here. Bank transfer create. I don't need all of these things. I will delete them. Wait, where's the... Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Where's the bank transfer? Saying bank transfer create here. Search. Yeah, here. Action bank transfer create. So this is how I usually, how this is usually done. But even if I say, even if I make like another function here and I say foo, and I make this an empty function, and then I go to this button and I say foo, and I go back and I refresh again maybe. And I click on this. Now it says bank transfer foo. So it's not the function. Bank transfer Swiss. That's not correct maybe. What do I have to put here? I'm doing the same thing here, right? Like this is the controller and this is the function name. And the function name starts with action. Not familiar with Perl. What does the bank transfer Swiss in front of the function name do? Yeah, that's the name of the controller. So this one, for example, is called list transactions, which is here package SL controller list transactions. And here I'm in bank transfer Swiss, right? I noticed that here I'm using these things. Is that really? Or did I somehow, is there like something, did something mess up the characters or something? It's something stupid like this. Something very weird is going on here. Also comment out these and just, let's say this. And let me add something here, ho, to see if this is really the place where I'm going. Let's refresh. So it says step 2 ho-ho, which is what I added here just to see that I'm actually changing this button. And it says the same thing now. That's so funny. That's not something I've encountered previously, really. Bank transfer Swiss. Action, bank transfer. So here the function names start with action and then bank and then the name of the function, which is always like that. I know that. Like it's always like that. Yeah, weird. And I lose a lot of typo in controller name. Is there? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's something like that, right? Is there? I don't see it. Yeah, this is I'm oftentimes I'm losing a lot of time with stupid things like this. Yeah, just trying to think of, but yeah, exactly. That's what I'm also looking for. You're right with your with the ideas. So, and I'm losing often a lot of time with stuff like that because it's everything is like very that eats hours. Yeah. I don't know. It's well, I haven't really worked in a lot of other bigger projects. I would say this is a bigger project, right? Like the code base is fairly large and like a little messy. So I haven't really worked in a lot of other larger code bases like in depth. So I don't know if it's always like this, but I think Perl, I mean, I lose a lot of time. I will blame Perl here. I lose a lot of time because of Perl. I mean, sometimes it's just these terrible referencing and dereferencing things, which are, well, here you can't really see it here. And also this, all of this code, I can delete a lot of these things because I will not need them, but I was just gonna do the next function now. So I got this one working. This is bank transfer add, the first one here. This one. Script equals controller PL. Okay, I don't think this does anything really, does it? Did it add this? Okay, what if I try it now? Is it gonna not? What I find weird is that when I click these buttons, it doesn't change the URL to the new URL. So here you see this is like the same thing. It's like here is like a slash. It also works when I put a slash here. But I think that's always the case. It always is like this if I go via these button. Oh, actually, no. Wait a minute. Here, no, something is wrong here. It says SEPA PL. That's it shouldn't say that. Okay. I see something. Okay. Stopped using Perl 20 years ago. Never wrong with that. Yeah, blaming Perl. Yeah. Oh, so you used it like 20 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, this is when this program started being developed, even more than 25 years ago, right? Um, so this program has been in development for over 25 years, which is crazy if you think about it. And so I see now this actually has to do with these older parts. So there is an older parts uh, which is here, this file sepa.pl. So the controller is like, sorry, I'm getting confused with my keybinds. Sorry. So here, sepa, this is the older controller, so to speak, or I don't know if this was even considered a controller. I guess, yeah. And so what I did is I copied this old file to the new controller location, and now I'm trying to move these old functions which worked differently. I'm trying to move them to the new controller thing, and I notice now that it says here it goes to sepa.pl, which is the old file. It shouldn't go there. I don't want it to go there. So that's the problem. But why does it try to go there is not yet clear to me. Sorry, so I should compare this. Yeah, okay, I think I saw something. Yeah. So here there is a self here. And here there isn't, or rather in this function where I was trying to change it. Yeah. Which maybe that's the problem. It didn't like have the self reference, and I think that probably this thing is doing something, and nope. Still, it's going to sepa.pl. Why? sepa.pl. Bar request layout get action bar. Maybe this is also different. No, this is the same. Request layout get action bar bar add action. Submit. This is the name of the form. Action. Well, okay. Sad. I thought maybe I thought I had it, but it wasn't that. But we still, okay, I see that it's going to sepa.pl, which definitely it shouldn't. But why? So maybe I'm missing something in the I'm missing something in the imports or something. I have this use parent. Yeah, okay. So I added the self there, but I didn't add self in the call of the function. So when setting it up, I need to say here. I need to say self. Otherwise, yeah, it doesn't change anything essentially. And now, let's see. Was that it? It's gotta be that, because otherwise I wouldn't know. What could it be? No, it's not that. Still, really? Nope, that's not it. But wait, did I do the right thing? Setup, add. Okay, that's not it still. Yeah, there isn't anything else in the imports that I would know of. Yeah, so here, for example, I'm also calling self setup report settings action bar, and then this is just a subset setup report settings action bar with the self. And then we saw, but actually maybe it doesn't, it's not using self here, so I guess it doesn't, that's not the problem. Oh, is there like, no, we have this, we have submit action. That's a little confusing. We have action, submit, and then there is another action inside. Action, submit action. Yeah. Is it possible to see the values of self at runtime? Yeah, probably. I mean, I can just dump them, but I don't know if that makes a difference now, because somehow it seems like I mean, I've done this before here, for example, or not. That's the one that I'm doing now, but I've done it here in this. So this is a module that I wrote for a controller. And I never had any problem like that. It's weird. For my bar. So sorry, it's still going to SEPA PL, right? Yeah. So okay, since I don't have anything I'm not missing any imports, but maybe there is something here. Well, I already removed like some functions which were importing some of these older modules. Okay, I don't see anything here. Package. SL controller bank transfer. This looks pretty much the same, right? So this is SL controller list transactions, and here I'm SL controller bank transfer Swiss. What am I I'm missing something here. So here I have these make methods things that I was using sometimes, but that's not like mandatory. Here my cursor gets like mixed up. Package run before. That's also, I think that's for like authenticate, like it will look if you're allowed to use this module, if your user is allowed to use it. But I don't have to do that from what I know. So here I am saying self. Yeah, self is here. So form error invoices. Da, 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 da. This is just self. Hmm. So weird. Action bank. So is there anything else in the, these are just functions, right? There's too much stuff in here, but I will delete it, but didn't want to do that right now. But maybe I should. Bank transfer. Form. That's just, I think that's just the name of the of the form. Like, shouldn't. Let me look at, like, is this something that happens in another place? Is that a problem if it's like, if it's called form? That would be. That would be extremely stupid. It may be just like that, because these are all going to These are gonna go to the same module like this. These are these old modules. Well, this is this one actually. And these are all called form. And form. And then if we go to some, if we don't call it form, but is this how it works? I guess I should look at the action bar documentation, which I believe there is gonna be some documentation probably, where it will say something incredibly stupid like that. Maybe. Action bar. Yeah, okay, I don't want to, I'm not interested in the, I don't know, where is the, oh, it's going to be in every file. Where's the action bar? Here's something. That's JavaScript. These are controller, oh my god, layout action bar. Unified action buttons for controllers. Beautiful. Short sugared syntax. Beautiful, beautiful. Concept. This is a layout block. Yeah. They don't have the controller name in front of the function name. Yeah, that's the old ones, the old controllers don't have it, but the new ones have it. And since I'm trying to use the new one, I should, I want to have it. Exactly. And so the, but it doesn't say about the DOM model implementation details. Jesus. So I should go here. Can I like open this somehow? It doesn't work. Action, maybe, right? Or submit, maybe. Oh, these are they all separate, really? SL layout, action, okay, action, submit. There isn't anything here. Is there anything here? Okay, action. Recognized parameters. Submit. On click a submit. Submit the form found with the first parameter. Okay, it's the form name. That's what I thought. If params is present and a hash ref, the key value elements will be added to the form before submitting. Oh, but But where is documented about this? Hmm. Hmm. Submit. Okay, so it says here, if params is present and a hash reference, which this is a hash reference here. So if you put these curly braces, it will make a hash reference, which is confusing because it's also a block, but in this case, it's a hash reference. So action bank transfer. So this, and then it says here, this will be added to the form before submitting. Mm-hmm. To the form. Beware that this will destroy the form if the user uses the browser history to jump back. Well, I'm so you only use parameterized submits for post submit that redirect on completion. Well, I don't know if I'm more confused now or less confused. So my also other go-to controller for that I use for reference is this beautiful thing here, the order controller. It's my go-to controller for that I use for reference. I do everything like this, like it's done here, because it's beautifully written by our dear colleague Bernd. Well, it's a large one, right? So yeah, Bernd. Yeah. So, and everybody copies from this one. So let's see. Let's try. I saw some actions here. What are we doing here? These are doing Kiwi. These are JavaScript calls. Call here. Yeah, here it says call. These are JavaScript call as all calls. I need like an example for this all JavaScript. And here the action is here. So you said like they don't have the am I supposed not to have this here? But I'm very confused because I did this previously. I was just, yeah, no. So here they always have like a call and some JavaScript. Sadly, I cannot use this as an example. But as I said, I had like this other controller which I did, and here I am pretty sure. Oh boy, it worked like that, right? Submit. So my extremely funny idea about this form foo. Oh, sorry, that's not the right one. Oh no, it doesn't work. Oh, maybe I should look in the console if there's. No, there isn't. Now it's completely broken. Doesn't work. Is there something here if I. What is it? This isn't anything here. Oh, that's a tricky one. I don't know. It goes to SEPA PL. I should remember this. This error doesn't make any sense at all. The problem is that here it should say controller PL. So if I say controller PL here, well, I don't. Yeah, I mean controller PL action, and then if I say foo here, it will call this function, which okay, this causes an internal server error because. But if I say create, then it gives me this error, selected bank account doesn't exist. This comes from the function here. This comes from the function. So action. Submit the form found with the first parameter. Yeah, so it adds these things. It adds these things But I even tried a different name. It cannot be that it's the same name. How does it get to SEPA? How does it go to SEPA EPL here? So what does this button actually say? Doesn't say anything. Event. Click. Can I like look at this somehow in a... Okay, what does this do? This is action bar, kiwi action bar.js. Okay, cool. And so function, if it's disabled, it will stop. If data checks, that's this function that we saw maybe. Check function. It calls here the check function, get function by name. Oh, Jesus. Confirm, then if data confirm and not confirm, data confirm, return. If data call, oh, that's so, okay. If data call, get function by name, if data submit, form data submit 0. Yeah. I can check the values of the params there. I can somehow, can't I? But can I do this in the inspector, or do I have to go to this action bar.js? With submit, function apply, document data call slice. Okay, I mean, not that I understand what this is doing, but I think it's calling this function. I think that's when call is used, but when submit is used, form data submit for key in params, name. So data submit 0 is gonna be the form, and the second one are the parameters. Yeah, that's what it says in the documentation, and then it removes this, and then it adds the other things, and then it submits the form. That's what it says in the documentation. But then So the form action SEPA PL, yeah, that's there it is coming from. This is where it's coming from. Okay. Okay. I know what I did. I know what I did wrong. Or, I mean, I don't know if yeah, I mean, okay, I see it. Of course it's coming from here, yeah. Uh, yeah, okay, I know why this happened. It's because I'm using the same template that the old controller is using. I thought I can use the same template. I thought I can use the same template, but if this action is here and this doesn't get replaced, then the form submit is just gonna go here. But oh, sorry, maybe there was an ad. Sorry. So yeah, I know what happened. So this is the problem here. It says for action SEPA PL. This is where it's coming from, which makes sense now, of course. Right. Yeah. So this happened. So the error is a step before your actual function. Yeah, like it's not even an error. It's like I'm using the same template, and here it says actions SEPA PL. And apparently this doesn't get replaced by the action bar controller, by the action bar thingy. But then I wonder how do in the other forms do I do I have controller PL in the other forms maybe? I look at the form design. List transactions. Yeah, here is controller PL. Mm. Mm. So does that I can't use the same template for the old and the new controller? So does that I thought I can just I didn't think about that. I thought I can use the same templates. I didn't think about this. Action controller PL. Well, okay. I am maybe able still to do it because I think I can use a link maybe. But then I don't know what happens. What was it here in the action? Link URL. On click will load the given URL. Link URL. But is it gonna... Is it gonna still like post the form? I don't know. Or is it just gonna... So controller, and then, yeah, and then, okay, and then this, which I'll copy. Yeah, so if I do this, okay, this because it's going to this function, which is now not the right function, which the right function was, we will have it here. I have to scroll there again. That probably kills your form. Oh yeah, the thing. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying it. Maybe I think probably. Yeah, probably. But there may be a, well, yeah, okay. I can also copy the templates. I mean, but then then it's a lot of copied stuff, which is a little unfortunate. That's not what I wanted, but okay. Maybe I can do that. So if I'll try this. Yeah, okay. So now it's calling this, and it says somehow it says oh, I'm just looking for. Bank transfer create. I'm trying to get to the function. It doesn't go there. Okay. Let me scroll. Hey Simba, hello. How are you? Welcome. How are you doing? I think you're working now. You probably started working because you don't have time for the streams in the afternoon anymore. Though I was late anyways, but yeah, I will also stop soon probably. So it says the selected bank account. Yeah, but probably doesn't get any ID or anything here. Where's the ID coming from? Bank accounts, form. Yeah, form. Well, yeah, that's probably why it doesn't have it. Yeah, pretty sure the form is getting killed. Yeah. Oh, what a stupid thing. God. Yeah, I'm working next month. I move a little bit closer to the working place. Oh, okay. You're tired. Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah, it's rough, isn't it? Yeah, I'm glad I can work a bit in a free position. I'm like a bit in a lucky position. Yeah, so my girlfriend is also not happy with her work at the moment. It's very difficult situation. We'll see what we'll do. 1 hour 15. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've done these things in the past, of course, as well. Yeah. Well, when you're younger, you can still do it. I mean, it's not that I'm I'm not that old, but yeah, ideally you could work a bit. I mean, I don't know if you can. I am getting older. I mean, I'm a bit older nowadays, right? I'm a bit old. I am actually beyond 40. So yeah, I'm not the youngest anymore. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna be. Yeah, 50. I mean, when I'm gonna be 50, I mean, well, that's still some time to go. I'm not gonna be 50 soon. I'm like in the first half of 40, but still, yeah. Yeah, okay. This took obviously way too long to figure out what was going on here. I got very, very confused. Okay, but now everything makes sense. I I don't know what I'm gonna do though to fix it. Yeah. No, I think I can't. Oh. Can't you replace the template? Yeah, yeah, I can. Middle of your 20s, yeah. Yeah, you're still that's like still pretty young, like you can do a lot of things. Or call the a different one with your changes. Yeah, yeah, I can replace the template. I just didn't want to. um I because then I have to copy it. I mean, yeah, which I was trying to avoid, but that was not a good idea maybe. Yeah, because in this case, I'm not even sure what am I gonna do. Yeah, I wasn't planning to replace all of the things. I was planning to replace like part of it. But now I don't know if that's even possible. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Did it print something? Yeah, just on dev. Yeah. Yeah, so this yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's hard coded in every template for SEPA. Yeah. Yeah, I guess how many templates are there? I think they are like, are they called bank or something? They're called SEPA. Yeah. Bank transfer, add, create. Hmm. Ah, that's not too bad. Okay, that's that's like 6, 7 templates. Okay, maybe that's, yeah. But the problem is that, yeah, I wasn't planning to change everything. I was planning to use, for example, this part here. Well, that should, yeah, maybe that was also not a good idea, maybe. So here, for example, for the search, like this part, it searches. So I don't have to change this. I can leave it. This button, I don't have to change it. Okay, now it doesn't have any data. So just the creation, but here creation, so here, so in the old one, collection transfer. So here it looks like this. I mean, it looks the same as we just saw, of course. And so here, step 2, this I would replace. And then I say create. And here, this one, it says download here. So what does this one? That's again submit. Okay, so here form, yeah, this, but this, okay, this I can replace. Guess that makes sense even to replace it. Yeah. Okay, now that's that I can replace. I just don't want to, I mean, preferably I don't want to replace the other things here when I search it. Now it should actually show something maybe. So this I would like to, yeah, and here I added this button. Yeah, that's maybe, yeah, okay, I can replace the, or copy the templates, I guess, and replace them, replace the SEPA thing with the other one, and then it should work, I guess. Yeah. Okay. more duplicate things, but I guess it's okay. I mean, I have to do it. If I want to replace this, which I kind of want. So here, yeah, I will look at this. This I have to look at. So here, if I say this just starts the download. Yeah, but here again, there is gonna be a form here in the page, right? Yeah, here, this one. Maybe just replace everything is better. But I oh no, I don't want to replace everything. I don't want to replace this code. Like this part here, I was planning to just add like these functions to create the stuff. But here, all of this, I don't want to like have this actually. Like, so there is this select here, which will get submitted with the form. You just saw the parse HTML template function call in the original. Maybe you can copy the template, give it a new name, and call it in your controller. You saw the parse HTML function call. So copy the template, give it a new name, and then call. Oh, you mean like the other way around of what I was trying to do, so to speak, like calling the old code from the new thing. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe. I can look at it. Yeah, I can try that maybe. I will look at it. I will think about it. Yeah, that was a little unfortunate that this. Yeah, I didn't think about this. That the SEPA PL is hard coded in the form, in the action, and that it's coming from there. Yeah. I didn't think about that. Oh. Now I have to. Yeah, I will think. I have to think about how to do this. Or I just have my code added here in the old controller. Which then, I mean, that would make everything that I did right now obsolete. But then I don't have this problem of mixing the new and the old one. But then this file becomes also ginormous, which is like, I don't like it too much. I mean, it's not, yeah, it's 1,000 line of code. But I don't want to, yeah, I'd prefer not to put stuff in here. So you say parse HTML function, parse HTML template. Do they do this somewhere here? There is a, I think I saw something. Yeah, there's also these requirements here, common PL. But usually here in the function, they get the stuff from this form variable. So here, this form contains like the things that were submitted with the request, like for example, this bank account here. Yeah, maybe there is a way that I can still submit this stuff, but using the line 176, different line for me. Yeah, because I changed stuff here, which I want to like here. Oh, this one you mean? Yeah, this one though, it well, this renders the this renders the view essentially. So yeah, I'm not sure. And in the new controller, sorry, I'm in the file. I copied this file here to this one. But yeah. From the template with the hard-coded module. Yeah, so so you're saying maybe you can copy the template, give it a new name, and call it in your controller. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can call the template in the new controller. So the way to do it here is like this with self-render. That's the new way of doing it. And here I can put in whichever template I want. And then I can adapt it. Yes, I can do that. I'm just thinking, like, if there is a way to, like, yeah, Swiss bank transfer. Yeah. No, I can do that, definitely. I can do that. That's definitely, that's probably what I have to do. And then I can change this SEPA PL here in the form to controller, and then it would work. Yeah, that's the correct way of doing it, probably. I'm just thinking if there is another way to do it somehow. But yeah, I'm also a little getting a little bit tired, like, and I think I will stop now. Yeah, I get a little tired. Can have a break and, like, eat something, and then, well, I think for today it's already getting a bit late also. So yeah, that was, again, that took very long, but I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad we figured it out at last. Thank you also for your help. And yeah, probably I have to do this. Copy these templates. I can do that. I will think about it, like, if there is something I can do with these other templates. Maybe I don't have to copy these ones to, like, produce the reports and stuff. Anyway. You learned something. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I think I also learned something about the form to keep this in mind. I didn't think about it when I did this. Yeah, I have to copy the templates. Yeah, what I'm trying to do is, like, to mix now the old and the new one. Like, for parts, I want to use the old controller, and for other, the new one. But I think that's probably a messy thing to do. So here I would also have, but then I have to replace everything, which wasn't really what I was hoping to do. But that's better. Yeah, then I can add a separate menu point here. So I want to make a separate menu point here, which is going to be bank transfer via Swiss export or whatever. And then there is going to be a bank transfers via Swiss export here as well. That makes sense, right? Yeah. Didn't plan to delve into Kivitendo programming. Yeah, yeah, if you're interested in Kivitendo, well, you can look at the GitHub, or yeah, it's always a bit tricky to get involved into the programming itself, because there is also, like, there is this partner organization, and yeah, but yeah, definitely. If you're also, you said, in this Linux user group, maybe. So Kivitendo is also often on, like events. So, for example, they are in summer they will be in the FrostCon, which is, like, in Bonn. That's, like, this one here, frostcon.org. So there will be Kivitendo people there. Maybe I will go there, maybe not. I don't know. It's during the summer holidays. You did ERP programming for years. Don't know if you want to get back into it. Yeah, no, I understand. If I wasn't in this non-profit where we would use it, I also wouldn't do this. And now I know the people now, and it's also like a bit small community. Yeah, so you get to know the people, and for me it's a way to work on a larger project instead of just doing my own website or something. So I also learned a lot by doing it. We also had like some yeah, like workshops or courses like on these events for the developers. Yeah, so for me this is a good way of working on a larger project. Yeah. Yeah, and they're also on other events and stuff. They also have a Mastodon. If you have Mastodon, I don't know. It's more appealing for sure. Yeah. Yeah, if you have a Mastodon, they have a Mastodon account. But yeah, I don't know if that's interesting for you. I mean, because well, yeah, you said you know someone who is also involved, like, so maybe. Don't know. Is it just Kivitendo? No, I don't know. A Mastodon is sometimes like, oh, here. Yeah, then they're also posting on the events. Yeah, this is their customer, one of the customers. Yeah. Let's give it then. Yeah, here we are. Here are the developers. So that's me. Okay. Then you can tell him, yeah, that you saw a stream. Yeah, this was in March or so. We had a meeting where we were there for a couple days and did some programming. So there are different groups working on it. Yeah, here they are working. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I think I will stop. And yeah, so have a nice evening and have fun in the user group. Hello, Commodore Wednesday. It's Captain. Commodore Wednesday. It's Captain. Wednesday. I don't get it. What is this hand doing here? What is this? What is this? Is this AI generated? I don't get it. What is this hand doing here? What's going on? Oh, this is from a it's from a I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so thanks for watching and have a nice evening and see you later. Oh, thanks for the follow, by the way. Thanks for the follow. And have a nice time. See you maybe some other time. Bye-bye. Bye.